Hey guys, we're just gonna go through the media capabilities of the Samsung Galaxy S. I'm not sure if you guys can see everything on the Galaxy S screen. Um, the brightness is set at the lowest setting. Anyway, just gonna start with the gallery. If you've used a Sense UI skin phone, this is gonna be different from what you're used to. But I guess it's like the stock Android gallery on the Nexus One and everything else. Pulls together whatever you shot on the phone along with all your Picasa web albums. Um, Really nice transitions and everything else. Simple zoom. I'm just going to play a video here. The video plays only in landscape mode. Gonna go back. So I can share these things. I can use the scroll bar at the bottom to just pan around. It also pulls together images from your Picasa web albums, and it's really fast. So there we go. You can set up a slideshow, although I haven't figured out how to speed up the slideshow. It's quite slow for the most part. Of course, you can share these images directly via mail. You can post it to Twitter, Google Buzz, to Facebook. You can even send it out via Bluetooth. Pan around. You have grid, or you can just bunch it together. I'm just going to go through the camera now. This is the highlight of the Galaxy S, the 5 megapixel camera along with the 720p HD video recording. Just going to go through the shooting modes. You have quite a few shooting modes. You have single shot, standard, self shot, which uses the front camera over here. Beauty shot, I have no idea what that is. Smile shot is basically smile detection like that on the Samsung Wave. Continuous mode, which is burst mode, you just press and hold the shutter button and you get up to 9 shots. It's not much, you can't adjust that, but it's still good. Continuous mode shifts it from whatever setting you had to VGA as standard. Panorama, you can stitch up to 8 images together, so it's really good. Vintage mode, which basically just blurs out the edges, softens up the colors and everything else. Add Me, which is quite cool. You can put together 2 backgrounds and you have 2 people put together on it, or basically 2 backgrounds, 2 foregrounds, stuff like that. And then you have the standard action shot and cartoon, which basically cartoonizes your image. I'm gonna go back, single shot. If you're in standard, you have a few scenes. None, which is automatic settings on everything, your color saturation and everything else. Portrait, which is when you're taking pictures of a person, as it says over here. Landscape with infinite focusing, distant scenery. Although it says infinite focusing, you can still press and focus on a point on screen. Let me show you, and just tap there. It's not going to focus, but basically you can. Night mode. I have to say that since the camera has no flash, it's quite useless at night unless you have a lot of light out there. Sports, for fast moving objects and basically sports. Party and indoor, which again is useless if you do not have light. Again, B, you have quite a few other things. Changes your you have beat, sunset, dawn, fall color, fireworks, which is supposed to capture moving flames and everything else. Text, if you're going to use, you got to use this with macro. Candlelight and backlight. Backlight's cool. If you're shooting against the light, it changes all the settings and you get quite decent shots with that. You can change your focus mode. Right now I don't know why it's come off. You can have autofocus, you can have face detection, or you can have standard no focus, everything else. Probably because the mode I'm in. Go back, no mode, and okay. Yeah, autofocus, macro, face detection. Face detection works quite well. Then you have timer, which I've set off. You can have standard 2 second, 5 second, 10 second, and then you can change your resolution to 5 megapixel wide. 5 megapixel is the standard 4:3. The wide 4 megapixel for 16:9 if you want. You have auto white balance, or you can change your settings, your effects, your ISO, which is auto, or you can set it up to 800. Your focus metering. I have anti-shake enabled, auto contrast, blink detection, image quality, and you can adjust your contrast, your saturation, and the sharpness. I can also enable guidelines on screen, whether I want to review it or not, GPS to geotag the photos, what kind of shutter shot sound I want. Storage right now, it's default on the phone memory, which is 16 GB. I don't have an SD card in it, and I don't think you need an SD card in it. I'm just going to go over to the camcorder now. Again, you have two basic settings, normal or limit for SMS. Limit for SMS puts it into 176 and 144 and limits the size to 56 KB, so which is quite useless. Again, your settings over here, the resolution is the best part. So 1280 into 720 is basically 720p HD. You can put it slightly lower, 720, 480, VGA, QVGA. Although you wouldn't want to do that, you get the phone basically for that. Again, you can adjust the white balance, what kind of effects you want, your video quality, your guidelines, whether you want to mute. That's one thing that I find a little irritating. You don't have a mute icon on screen. You got to come to the settings and do it. And you can just go into the playback mode, although you don't have pinch to zoom over here. You can zoom, you can use multi-touch zoom only from the gallery when you're viewing images, not when you're going to review images. Just going to go to the media player now. It's another thing that is Samsung skinned. I don't have any songs on it, but this is exactly like what's there on the Wave. All your songs you can play directly from here, or I can open it, set up shuffle, set up repeat. I can add it to a quick list, but I'm not playing. And if I go to, it's sort of like, if you have more tracks loaded, which I don't right now, it's just it shows you all your album art on the CD covers. It's quite nice, simple. Tap on it, it just plays. Go back to portrait. You can enable 5.1 channel, which only works if you have your headphones plugged in. You can change your volumes from here, or you can just use the volume rocker. If you just use the settings, you can play via Bluetooth. I don't know if you can see that. You can share music again via AllShare, Google Mail, messaging, or Bluetooth. You don't have many other options. You can set it as a ringtone, or a caller ringtone, or an alarm tone, and you can add to a playlist. The cool thing here with the equalizer is if you go to custom, you actually have all your settings there, all your channels. You can set it up the way you want it if you know what you're doing, and you can get really good sound out of it. You have different kinds of visualization, just on and off. Effects, depending on your situation, on the place you're at, normal, wide, console, music clarity, bass enhancement, and externalization, which I don't know what that is. Sound effect works in earphone mode only. Okay, figure that much. There we go, and we're done. Thanks for checking this out. Come back for more to www.myandroidworld.in. Thank you.